Hi, Horizon Legacy. This is Pierre.
Shane.
Christia wanted us to talk about how we were super successful on our 3-day no junk food challenge. Basically, we started this so we can get the exposure, which we were super successful on. There was over 600 people who were well, some of them participated, some of them not. But the case is we interacted pretty well with a lot of people. The event was just, I think a lot of people liked it because of the accountability and the interaction. So the interaction was super, super like key, right?
18 hours a day, basically.
So why don't you tell them how it worked for you?
It worked out great for me. Learned a lot myself. Actually learned a lot about foods that I was already eating that I shouldn't have been eating. And it helped because I was learning in the process, and it also helped other people learn along with me. By the end of day 2, we actually got to the point where people were starting to look up to us massively for accountability, for education. They're saying, hey, what about this? I'm eating this for breakfast. Is this okay? And then they'd be waiting for us to actually reply to them and actually, say yes or no if they should be eating that or not. So there was a lot of people that just basically followed us after the accountability group too. So it was a great experience, and I can't wait for the next one.
So what did you get out of it regarding your business? How did it help your business?
It's exploded my business.
How?
The exposure, the massive exposure. Once people see that you are a leader and that you are able to take the role and actually teach people, they follow you, and it's pretty much an automatic thing. When you start having people, you educate people, giving people information, they starve for more.
So how do you feel that exposure? How do you feel you exposed your business on the junk food challenge aside from giving tips and interacting? Like, how do you feel like you were leading people and setting the tone in this challenge?
Pushing people to do things outside of their comfort zones,
like
eating foods that they had never eaten before.
Mm-hmm.
People that just they thought they were doing things right, and then actually correcting them, and then they feeling the difference of the change. It made accountability to and improved the leadership through us and to us.
So would you do another challenge again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll do 100 more challenges.
Right. That's awesome. It's awesome. I think, was it towards the end or the last day, we basically made a post saying that, if you're interested in future challenges or events, that we posted our names in there. And then at the very last, was it 2 hours of the last day? I just started a quick conversation. I'm like, hey, Shane, I'm going to start this conversation about opening a challenge, but I didn't say anything about Shakeology. And I wanted to do that to lead people to curiosity. Like, what are they talking about? Because the last couple hours, people were like, don't leave us. Why don't you guys have another 7-day challenge? So that kept making me think. I'm like, okay, let me start just a random conversation. And I inboxed.
And we started conversing back and forth, and people were like, what are you talking about? What is it you're talking about?
Right.
And we ignored them and just kept our conversation going. By the end of the conversation was like 75 posts by the time we were done. It was I think we got the whole conversation over in like 20 minutes. And by the end of that, there was about 8 or 9 people that just kept inboxing us and asking, what are you doing? What are you talking about? Can I get involved? And that just gave us the exposures that we needed to have people to follow and follow up with for the remaining few days of the week. So, and it's absolutely, it works. Challenge groups work. You just gotta do them.
Yeah. The way I started the conversation was, so hey Shane, I was kind of thinking about opening up another challenge group. What do you think? And then you were like,
oh my God, I was thinking about the same thing. I was like, what were you thinking?
I was like, I don't know. I was thinking about something about the healthiest meal of the day. And then you were like...
I was like, no way. What a coincidence. That's what I was thinking too.
And then he's like, well, when were you thinking about doing this? I'm like, let me look at my calendar. Hold on a minute. So I came back
and
then
the posts were just flying in.
We must have had like a thread of 75 posts. And we just, like you said, we were just ignoring their posts, and we're just going on, just flowing with the conversation, and everyone was just like, what's this? Because obviously you could see it all in the newsfeed because it's an open event. And that's another reason why people were like, I want to join. They joined in the second day, the very last day, because they kept seeing all this interaction that we were giving to people. So the fact is that people really like the motivation, right?
Mm-hmm.
The accountability. We definitely educated them with some of the foods that they thought they were, which they thought they were healthy. So it's just educating them. They had fun, and I think also the reassurance that we kept telling them that they're doing such an awesome job. How's everyone doing? So all of that interaction makes them feel like someone is there for them. And that's what they want. They want to know that we care for them. They want to know that we're there for them. They want to know as soon as they make a post that someone is reassuring them like, oh, that looks great. That's an awesome job.
And we did our best to try to post on every post or like a post or something. If somebody had a picture, we took the time to type in actual text because they took the extra time to actually show their accountability picture. So, but somebody just types in the text, more than likely we just put a like on it and what have you. But the pictures bring the accountability. If that doesn't bring anything, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, I kept saying, I think it was the first post, I said, what's everyone having for breakfast? Pictures would be nice. I like pictures. And as soon as I kept saying that, pictures were everywhere. And I think people liked it too because people are visual. That's why, I always post a lot of my food pictures, my accountability pictures. It's easy to type something, but if someone can actually see it as a picture, it's like, wow, that looks really good. And then they can go to you for resource or whatever the case is. But I think people liked it because they can share their recipes. And that's another reason why people liked the challenge group, because we were sharing recipes.
We found a couple good chefs too.
Yeah,
they're actual chefs and they started cooking.
Yeah, so that's awesome, and you never know who you run across. So the main thing about this event that we had, which was a 3-day no junk food challenge, is we did it basically for the exposure. I honestly had done these challenges before, but this one was probably the most successful one because I had an awesome co-host. Super awesome. He did so amazing. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Teamwork. We communicated like, oh my God.
She was on my butt at like 6:30, 7 o'clock every morning, which was awesome. I needed it. By the third day, I was texting her and say, hey, are you ready? Let's get this day going.
Like, hello, drill sergeant, So he was super awesome. Just so like all in it. You can definitely tell you were working your business. I'm so proud of you. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yes.
So if you guys out there that are new coaches or if you've been in your business for some time, think outside the box, and for me, I really wanted Shane because he's my accountability partner in the Power Hour with Lindsay Strojan and Christia and, Victoria and a lot of the elite coaches. So I wanted to make this really, really good, not only for me, but also my partner. So we're a team. Whatever works for me is going to work for him. So new coaches out there or coaches that have been in the business like me, you have to find what works for you, but you also have to find out, like, what else can I do? How can I expose my business, right?
Yes.
And when I probed this to Shane, he's like, he was all in it. And I love the fact that he was so coachable. And it's not only because of that, it's because he really wanted this year to make his business work. So, and you did an awesome job again. Super awesome. So, if you guys have any questions, the only thing I have to say with these small challenges that are free, you really, they're so fun, but it's a lot of work.
You got to have the time. You got to put in the dedication.
The time. Like, if you guys were on it, the way we were on it, you saw all the interaction like every hour, every 5 minutes, and that's how it works.
And if you do it with a partner, the best thing was we communicated back and forth every time. I was working while I was doing it, and I'd say, hey, I'm going to be off the grid for an hour. I says, are you able to be on? And we kept open line of communication, and it worked great.
It worked. Like the time I said, hey, I'm going to work out for an hour, whatever, can you take over? So we took shifts, or we were both on there. The communication was so on there. Even when at the last day, we were like, okay, this one person, friend requested us. I'm like, I just take them. We're in this together. So, for me, it's not like I'm hiding anything. I want this to be successful for us both. So know that you're not stuck. You just have to get the right people, with you if you're willing to really work your business. And it's fun. It's fun. But you have to put the time in, right?
Yes.
Was it worth it?
Totally. I was ready to just drop after the third day, but you know what? rewards outweigh the agony and the.
I'm so like super pumped for him. Like he was calling me and texting, he's like, "Call me now." I'm like, "I know you're not screaming at me." He's like, "I have all these people that are inboxing me. My inbox and phone is exploding." I mean, within literally 2 days, you guys.
And every day since the challenge has ended, I've continued my exposure on my group, or on my page, I should say. And almost pretty much every time I look at my phone throughout the day, I've got brand new friend requests. So it's like my network is building itself with put in the time, put in the extra work, and the network just comes to you. And once you get to that point, you just can't stop. The train just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling.
Yeah. Just find someone in our team or Dream Extreme who's has the same vision as you, who wants to work with you. It doesn't even have to be your upline coach. You know what I mean? We're all in this together. We're all helping each other. So find a partner and just work the business and be coachable. If you really want this business to work for you, you got to put some work in. But if you're going to sit back and think it's going to come to you, I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way, right?
No, it doesn't. I did it all last year, and it did not come.
Ask Shane.
It didn't. It didn't. I was ready. What was it, November?
Yeah.
Last year, I called up Pia. I was like, I'm done. I can't do this. And she called me immediately. She didn't even respond to my post. And ever since then, it's just gone up and up and up since then. So, I mean, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you.
Oh, hey, like I said, you know what? I'm not doing it for me. You know, I mean, it helps me too.
Absolutely.
But it's for you guys too. I mean, anybody who wants to work their business. So that's it, Christia. Again, we wanted to make sure we get this done because you asked us to do it, and I was telling him like, you better say something. I'm not going to lead this conversation. And of course, I had to lead it.
I'll get the next one. I'll get the next one.
So I got to sneeze. But anyways, excuse me. And that's it. So I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I hope you learned something from this video. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to either Shane or I.
Please.
If you guys want to ever do a test group, something like this, ask me or Shane. But please also know you have to put the work in. You cannot just sit back and watch things happen and think that your business is going to work. It does take work, but it's fun. It's fun when you have people who want the same thing as you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Once you get a taste of it, you just
it's
like an addiction. It's like I gotta have it again.
I told you. He's like, I was like, Pia. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what? It's exciting. Now you know how it feels to have that taste and why people are just like, wow, I know what you mean now.
She's always telling me, oh, my inbox is blowing up. I'm like, what the heck are you doing? I'm like, I barely get an inbox once a week, and now I can't even keep up with it. It's just full-time job and Beachbody. It's like I got 2 full-time jobs, but it's so worth it in the end. I'm looking forward to our 30-day Shakeology challenge coming up at the end of this month.
And that's what happened. It brought us to this 30-day Shakeology challenge. People were curious, like
we got the customer base. Pia found a wonderful person. What was her name?
Judy Stevenson.
Judy. If you haven't hooked up, if you've seen Judy on Pia's page, hook up with her. Friend request her. She is a tremendous person.
Yeah. So, all right. You guys have a good weekend. Christia, this is for you. We learn from the best. But again, we're all in this together. And if you guys have any questions, just put a comment after, in the comment section after the video. So, okay. Bye, guys. We love you. Bye. Oh, I can